one of the reasons you might want to use maps in the classroom is that maps can make a point very viscerally. It can quickly help students understand a complex issue that it might take a good while for them to understand otherwise, and so it can quickly jumpstart a discussion, jumpstart their understanding of a particular issue. I'm going to show one example here. It's a map overlay we have at GSU, and it's a map of the airport. It's from 1969, a planning map. You'll pretty quickly see that, okay, we've got the runways here. You can see some of the outlines of one iteration of the airport, and of course it's grown. What's interesting to me for this point is let's take a look over here, and clearly we have neighborhoods, we have streets, we have houses. Students get that immediately. It's pretty clear. And if we pull away the map overlay and look at what's there now with the satellite imagery, it's a pretty dramatic effect. And so just going back and forth, just in a couple of seconds, you can really start addressing issues of eminent domain, issues of city planning, issues of neighborhoods that are no longer there, that places seem permanent often, and they're absolutely not. And so just with the dragging back and forth, you can see this dramatic story unfold. Let's look at one more example in Atlanta, and this one's focused on race. We'll zoom back out. This is another map overlay, archival map from GSU's library. And if we look at the key, we see the title, areas occupied chiefly by Negroes. And it's looking at data from the 40s and 50s, color-coded. So you can see this map of Atlanta. You can see where African Americans were living. And the name of the map and what the map's doing begs the question of why were city planners interested in this? Who had this map made? Why? We can take a look at one particular neighborhood for another dramatic effect. So here's this place, clearly by the coding on the key. This is where African Americans were living. You have streets, we're assuming residential streets. We pull that away, and what we find now is mainly parking lots, grown over areas, and it just begs the question of what happened here. Clearly, there were people living here, and the streets don't even exist to a large extent. Some of them do, some of them don't. You have some development over here, but students could do research about zoning. Why suddenly did this turn from a neighborhood to a more industrial area? Students can immediately see that. So there's just a couple of examples.